the knees can be supported or the thighs can be supported. I feel happy as I am, so I'm staying like this, and I want you to close your eyes and just settle down. Backs of the hands please on the floor, chest up to the sky, shoulders soft, and just allow yourself, if you don't feel you need to, you want to stretch the inner thighs too much, bring the feet a little bit further away and be kind to yourself. If you feel, no, I'm okay, I can bring my feet a bit closer to my perineum, to my pelvic floor, that's fine too. And just allow yourself to settle down. Chest is open, eyes are closed, face is soft and relaxed, shoulders are dropping back. Yes, there may well be a stretch in the groins, in the inner thighs, but just allow that to happen for a little moment. Just getting into the thoracic spine, opening the chest, opening up that kind of heart center area, the area that can become a little bit congested with frustration and sometimes resentment, sometimes disappointment, hurt gathering in that space. Let it all open out and let it be free. And just settling down, allow the stretch to happen in the groin. Breathing in nice and deeply in through the nose. And out through the nose. So slowing down now, coming into the space of practice. Breathing in through the nostrils and slowly out. Allow the knees to just drop in their own accord, don't push them down. Notice that the longer you are there, obviously the more the body opens up to the stretch. So just breathing deeply and consciously, allowing that to happen as far as is comfortable for you. Allowing that chest to open, face to be soft, eyes to be closed, jaw to be loose. We're going to do 9 rounds of just simple 6-3, 6-3 breathing, just to bring us into that quiet mental space to proceed with our practice. We're giving the mind something to do in order for it to do nothing, okay? We're giving it one point focus. So let's breathe out together. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Breathe in. Hold, and out. Hold, in, feel the chest expand, the ribs grow. And out. Hold out, breathe in. Hold, and out. Hold out, breathe in. Hold, breathe out. Hold, in. Hold, out. Hold, breathe in. Into that heart area, expand the lungs, expand the ribs, breathe out. Last round, in. Hold and out. Breathe out. Let go of the practice. Just normalize the breath. Now your knees are open. You've been here a little while, so be very careful. Draw the knees up together. And just allow the knees to point upward with the thighs closed for a moment. Just allow that to happen for a moment. So that you're allowing the connective tissue to recover in the groin, in the thighs. No rushing around, no having to jump into action. Press your hands into the floor. Breathe in and come into a seated position. We're working on the spine, and the whole system depends on the spine. So you have the structure and you have the spinal column, which is the nervous system, all of the nerves in the spine and your reflexes, etc. Your discs, your connective tissue, obviously the ribs sit there, the shoulders sit there, the arms, the legs, the hips. You know, we're in trouble if we don't have a healthy spine. So the focus for our course, the focus for our building blocks, our step-by-step work in the next, well, it'll be 5 weeks now, the next 5 sessions, okay, including tonight, is to have a little bit of a better understanding ourselves about the system in the spine. We don't need to do a biology degree, we don't need to do an exam about it, but by understanding how the spine works and where its little foibles are and where its little weaknesses might be, we can be mindful of what we decide to do and what we don't decide to do as we progress in age. We should be doing it at any age, but of course young people live forever and they're indestructible. So as we become more mindful of the fact that we want to stay fit, we want to look after our grandkids, we want to go walking, we want to go wild swimming, we want to continue to enjoy dancing and going out and all the things we want to do, we realize that it's our responsibility to do our bit in keeping our body healthy and keeping our mind healthy. So that's why this course is very step by step. So we have 33 vertebrae when we're born as babies, and then that's 7 in the cervical spine, the neck, okay, then 12 in the thoracic, the mid part, and then we've got 5, and it becomes 24 as we grow into adulthood because bones at the base of the spine start to fuse, so we have the sacrum. So as I say, I'll send you notes about this because you may be interested in it. And we need to try and make sure that gravity doesn't compress us, because that's what happened. We've all seen elderly people who have hunched spines and maybe they've shrunk, you know, I mentioned it last week. So this evening's practice is about stretching us out, okay? Letting the energy flow, making room, letting the oxygenated blood flow, getting the synovial fluids to get into all those little niggly parts and keep our spine as long as we can keep it. Okay, so let's get on with the practice. So we're going to start by kneeling up. If you can kneel up, if you have issues kneeling, you need to pad under your bottom and see how you get on until you know you've kind of stretched the quads, because generally that's what it is. We're coming into Vajrasana, just a nice seated posture. Nice erect spine, soft shoulders, long neck. And yes, you'll feel a little bit in your thighs if you're sitting back on your heels. That's why I ask you to pad if you feel it's too much. We're going to just clear the lungs before we stand up for our practice, because it's going to be more or less a standing practice this evening. I want you to breathe in here. And as we breathe out, we're going to stick the chin out and see if we can lengthen the spine and really get rid of all of the clag that's in our lungs, okay? So nobody's around you, go for it. We're going to do a Bhastrika breath, which is a blowing out, a blasting out of the breath through the mouth, which is almost held like what they call in yoga, crow's beak, Kalki Mudra. Your lips are pursed. So let's do 5 rounds of that together, okay, to really blast out any stale energy. So breathing in here, breathing out, chin forward. All breath out at the end, drop the head. Breathe in, chin forward. As you come up and out again. Breathe in, chin forward and up. This is your in breath. There's no pause. Twice more. Breathe in, chin up. Nice erect spine, full set of lungs, and out. Breathe in. Last round here. Now let the head hang. Maybe it doesn't touch the floor. Maybe it does. Just let it hang. You can hold the feet if you need to. Let it hang down. Round the back. Let the neck just be loose. Breathe in here and come into Vajrasana. Please bring your hands in front of you under your shoulders and just set yourself up into the all fours position. We're just going to mobilize the spine a little before we stand. So I want you to press the hands into the floor, breathe in, tailbone comes up. And breathe out, you're going to really press the forearms to the floor, the elbows to the floor, the bottom to the heels, and then drop the head. Very simply, very slowly. Breathe in, look forward, pull the mat towards you as though you're grabbing it to give you some purchase. Tailbone is in the air, belly stretches, chest widens. Breathing out. Pelvis drops back, forearms come to the floor, elbows come to the floor, bum comes to the heels, head comes down. It's very slow. Breathe in, pull the mat towards you, chin comes forward and up. Bum is in the sky. Breathing out, come back down here, forearms on the floor, bottom down, head down. Rest here for one moment. You don't need to really look at me. You're used to these movements. So try and feel your way through it by using your spine. Breathe in here. Pull the mat with the hands. Come up and forward. Now just gently come forward. We're not hardly moving. We're coming forward of the hands. Pressing the hands down. Breathing out all the way back again. Just gently warming up our spine, and if you can, taking the focus there, not in front. How is your spine feeling? How is it moving? What's happening? Slightly forward, challenge your strength, and back. Just one more time like that. Breathing in, pull the mat, bring yourself up, bring your upper body forward, so you feel as though you might be coming into handstand, okay? Maybe one day, not for me in this life, okay? Maybe next life. And all the way back. See if you can get the bum to the heels. If not, put something under the bottom. Now creep the hands out and come onto your fingertips. So your fingertips, you're not flat on the floor with the palms, your fingertips. So it touches the shoulders a little. Look forward from here and just stretch out that upper back. Stretch the armpits. You can just look forward or look down at your mat, but try and keep the head and neck in alignment with the rest of the spine. And then you're going to walk to the left with the fingers, okay? You're going to walk to the left, the knees stay in the same position, and just stretch out the side. So you've got a lovely stretch here now, along the right side of the rib cage, under the right armpit. Keep your bum down if you can. It might bounce up a little bit, mine does. And breathe in, come back center. And then come back over to the right. And just do it in little steps, okay? And then drop the head down a little bit. Stretch out the left side of the body. And come back to center. We're going to breathe in, look forward and come a little bit further forward now. So make sure you're in the right position. Make sure your knees are comfortable because you're coming forward and you're going to drop your hips a bit. So they're not coming right to the floor, okay? So the base of the spine here is sinking a little bit, but you are pressing through your hands so you give yourself some nice strength and rebound here. Not quite cobra, okay? We're just warming the spine. Breathe in, push yourself back, all the way back, lengthen more than you did previously, you're getting a little bit warmer now, and breathe out, come up and forward. Try not to collapse the hips so you're really feeling it in the lower back. See if you can push through the palms of the hands and just let the buttocks feel soft, okay? Let them feel soft. Breathe in here, come all the way back. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. Your spine is really lengthening now. And one more time. Coming forward. Oh, lovely. And come up into a kneeling position. We're just going to do a little bit of some twisting. And we'll do it very simply. We'll start very simply. So come into Asana, your four-footed posture, please. And we're doing some Vajrasana breathing here, okay, tiger breathing. So, knees hip distance, breathe in and tilt the tailbone up, lift the head to look forward, stretch that belly. Breathe out and draw your left hip as though it's coming towards your shoulder and you're looking over your shoulder towards the hip. You may not see it, but feel it. Breathe in, look forward, tailbone up, belly stretching, pressing into the hands. Don't crank the neck up, but see if you can lift the chin a little. Breathing out, drawing the right hip towards your shoulder. You just feel it. You won't notice a huge movement. We're going to do it twice more on either side. Breathing in, look forward. Breathing out, left hip to left shoulder. Breathing in, look forward. Breathing out. Right shoulder and right hip are saying hello. Notice what it feels like in the spine. Where do you feel it? Last round here. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out, left hip comes towards it. I really like it. It really opens out the lower back. Breathe in here. Try not to strain the neck. If you don't like turning the neck, just bring the hip forward without turning the head around. And breathe in. And come to sit back on the heels. Take a moment here. Take a moment here. We're not going to do much work on bent toes, but I just want to wake up the feet a little bit before we stand. So toes can be, quite tricky for people. I understand that because we don't really use them in many ways. Okay, we don't do the things we can do. So if you can, tuck your toes at the back. If not, don't worry. Sit back on your heels and just give your feet a stretch. I know it can be a bit agonizing for some people. It is for me. It's not completely comfortable at all. I couldn't stay here for long. But just giving your feet a stretch, the arches a stretch. Good if you stand all day, really is. And then if it's like, oh my God, get me out of this, take them down and just give them a little wiggle, maybe a little rotation. And we're going to get up to standing, okay? So we're going to do it in this way. We did this practice last week. It's very good for strengthening the spine and the core and the corset that wraps around our abdomen, which is really important. Okay, so pressing the palms and the base of the fingers in. I want you to lift up the knees. Now you can tuck the toes here, okay? If that gives you a little bit more purchase, do so. Head is coming forward. It's not slanted. You're not having the weight back, you're having the weight slightly forward, okay? Breathe in, just lift the knees. Lift the knees, keep pressing through those fingers. Feel where you feel it. Is it the core? Is it the side body? Is it the hands? See if you can use your core to really wrap around. Keep breathing. When you breathe out, pull up more. Pull up that corset, like you're going into leather jeans or something. And then breathing out, soften them and come back down. Turn the hands up so that you have the palms to the ceiling. You're giving your hands a little rest, your wrists, and maybe you can rotate the wrists one way and the other. Yes, it can be strong on the hands, but we do need to keep our bone density as well. So making sure you use the palm of the hand and the base of the fingers, not just the bend in the wrist. Breathing, come forward, we're going to do it again, okay? So it uses everything in your body to hold this, okay? I find this more challenging than a plank, much more challenging. So breathing in, tuck the toes if that's what you like to do. Lift the knees. Now they're coming, I would say it's no more than 3 inches. Okay, I'm looking forward, I'm not looking up. Or I can look just down on the floor so the crown is forward. Keep breathing. As you breathe out, pull up the zip. And the side corset, like you're wearing your stays, okay? Pull. Thank God I'm not wearing them. Doing this, they would bounce out. Keep breathing. Come on, breathe, breathe, breathe. And soften the knees down. Flatten the feet, and you can bring the hands back if you like. Wrap the shoulders. We will be doing basic stuff, but we will also be doing some strengthening stuff, okay? Because we need the strength at the beginning of our practice. No point in being flexible without strength. And the last time for that. Take a sip of water. If it's too much, don't do it, okay? Just do 2, not 3. But we'll try for 3. Tuck the toes. And think, before we go into it, just notice what your mind is telling you as you're doing it. Is it saying, oh, this is too much, I can't do it, or what do I need to do this for? Challenge your mind to shut up and let you do it, okay? Unless you're in agony, okay, then you listen. Breathe in, lift the knees, press through the floor. Use the strength of your arms. Use the strength of your fingers, not just the hands, not the waist, not the wrists. Keep those knees parallel. Don't lift them up too much. Don't lift the bum up too much. Keep breathing. Bring that belly back. Bring the pelvic floor up. All of those muscles along the corset, along the side abdomen, your obliques, everything. Breathe, 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 and soften down. And a really nice stretch for the arms. You can bring the palms up. Head comes down. Bum comes back. Maybe the head comes to the floor, maybe not. No issues. And sit up, let's do a little bit of work for the wrists. So some rotations for the wrists. And maybe, using our fists and this little kind of piston action one way. And you can feel it in the wrists. But this is going to, open the floodgates and get the blood in there and get all of those kind of, if you like, neuroconnections as well into places that we don't often challenge. We need to challenge things sometimes. Shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Don't hold tension. Tension is not good for you. I'm going to take this eye watch off because it's not helpful. And we're going to get up. Okay, so here we come. Tuck in the toes. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lift up your knees and come back. Now, what we don't want in Vajrasana, right, is it too narrow? If it's too narrow, so say my little, because I can get my feet when it's narrow, too much pressure in the shoulders. We want a nice mountain, okay? So if you need to keep your knees bent here to get the butt up, drop the head, keep them bent a minute. Make sure there's lots of room for your head to move, that you've wrapped around your upper arms, plenty of space, and then it feels nice. Nice on the lower back. Pressing away through the fingers, not down, they're away, they're far away. Breathe in, look forward, come forward, knees down, and you're back into Asana, child pose, okay? So your knees came down, your butt came back, stretching it out. Breathe in, come forward. Breathe out, tuck the toes, lift the knees, and then send the weight back. Keep the knees bent if you need to, so that you are stretching from the palms to the tailbone. Wrapping the upper arms around, so your triceps are going really back, okay? You've got your inner elbows going forward. Like you're holding something under your armpits. Now see if you can press the heels towards the floor. They don't need to get there. Head is looking right through the feet. You're going to breathe in, come onto your tiptoes, come forward. Now keep the belly up. We're using our spine. And we need the belly to support it. Soften the knees to the floor. Pelvis back, Asana, child pose if you like to call it that. Rabbit pose. Feel how lovely the spine feels now, how long it is. Okay, we want to keep our height as we get a little bit older. We don't want to shrink. Breathe in, come to the knees. And breathe out, knees come up. And now you're going to bring the hands towards your feet. Okay, keep the knees bent. Keep the knees bent because we haven't stood up yet. So keep the knees bent, head down, and uncurl. So press the feet into the floor and just uncurl for now. Even though we're getting warmer, we still... Okay, so we're going to stand... Just look at me first because you may disappear off screen when you go to find your wall, okay? I'm just going to stand in front of a wall. I don't need a lot of room. I'm going to breathe in and raise my arms above my head. And as I breathe out, I'm going to bring my hands to the wall. So the distance, I would say the hands are in line with the shoulder, yeah? And we don't want to go too far back, but we want to go far back enough that we want to lengthen the lower back. Okay, so I'm also stretching my armpits here, which is nice. So have a go at that. Find your wall. See if you can measure. It's about a leg's distance from the wall you need to be. And you're breathing in, you're lengthening through, and then you're coming. And you can bend the knees a little if they don't like to be straight. Don't block them though. Press the feet to the floor and just drop your head. It doesn't need to be up. And just, you're going to stay here for a few breaths. Press the hips back, all right? But think about the shins coming forward. The hips go back, the shins come slightly forward. Your feet are hip distance apart, and I want you to feel lovely. That looks really nice, Jennifer. Nice straight back. Push the butt back more. Push it back more. You can bring your arms up a little bit, Jennifer, a bit low. Yeah, that's it. Lovely, lovely. Really good. And just feel how that lengthens the lower back. And breathe in, bend the knees, drop the hands, and come up into a standing position. So that feeling you got then of lengthening the lower back, you had the wall to support you. So it gave you a sense that you could actually push the hips back further and push your hands further forward. We're going to do that without the wall now, okay? I'm just going to see, where's myself? How do I do myself? I have no idea. I need a major course on how to do Zoom filming. I just want myself on it. I'm not sure how to highlight. So, we're going to do a few of those together. The whole purpose is going to be to lengthening the spine, okay? And also keeping it as I don't like to say straight, but as straight as possible, okay? So we're coming into a nice standing position. I want you to just sense your feet. I want you to lift the toes. Lift your toes up as you're standing on your feet. And obviously there's a little bit of balance involved here. We're not used to lifting the toes. We'll put too much weight forward generally, okay? And notice that when you come back on your heels a little bit more, you have to just concentrate a bit more. But it does wonders for your posture, okay? And then place the toes down. But don't grip. Feel as though when you're doing your standing postures that your toes are growing longer. They're coming away from the rest of the foot. They are pointing forward and coming longer. Okay, you're going to step onto the right foot. And you're going to press down on it so that you don't lock your knee. And you're going to really see if you can link the heel to the hip. So the heel needs to be really having a nice relationship with the hip, okay? The knee is a little bit out of the loop, okay? It's just there softly. I'm pressing down, lengthening the toes, thinking about it with your mind. I want you to lift the left foot and bend the left knee. This is all we're doing, but you're pressing down. Notice how the leg has to work. What's the relationship to the hip? What's the relationship to the spine? The more we lengthen the spine, the more we broaden the chest, the taller we become, we actually balance better, okay? So lengthening the spine, bringing the belly back, pushing the foot into the floor, it's hard work. It's hard work, but we balance better. So when we're crouching down and we're trying to do our one-legged postures, we fall all the time. Okay, we need to lengthen the spine and then place it down. Now you need to shake out the right leg because it's probably going to be a bit tired. Shake it out, don't cause any feeling of tension or any tightness in the hip. Let the knee feel free and then close your eyes. Open your arms, close your eyes and notice how you feel between the right side and the left. Just noticing things can really help you with your practice. Now the left side. So press the left foot into the floor and lengthen the toes. Don't be tempted to curl the toes so you grip and you don't fall over. Lengthen the toes. Keep the whole of the foot on the floor. See if you can make, love between the left heel and the left hip without causing the knee to do anything except be soft. Press the foot into the floor. Okay, and then lift up the right knee. Don't have to do anything much, just lift it up. Notice the difference. Now I'm talking to you and I lose balance when I don't concentrate. So notice how you have to concentrate. What do you have to do on this side that's different to the other? What's the relationship with the spine, the belly, the mind, the neck? Press the foot down, really press it down. Lengthen the toes. Lengthen the toes. Soften the knee. Heel to hip. Heel to hip. And relax. And then shake out the left leg. Okay, shake it out. Take a nice bit of free movement in both legs, just kicking it out. Good, lovely. And now we're going to come into our nice forward folds. So pressing the feet into the floor, we're going to breathe in and raise the arms up. This is our in-breath. And we're going to soften the knees and come forward as though we're on the wall. Now soften the knees. So the arms may be in line with the ears and we're reaching forward as though we want the wall. My butt is going back. I'm going to breathe in here, press the feet and come up. This is very strengthening work. Okay, so it's going to lengthen the spine, but it's going to strengthen everything. You're using everything. So put that intention into it, that you want to put your effort into everything you're doing. Breathing in. Feet are pressing through the floor. Now breathe out and soften those hip flexors and knees. Don't just crank them. Press the butt back while the arms go forward. I'm looking at the floor. It's my crown. Somebody's pulling me towards them, but I'm sitting back. I'm lengthening, I'm pressing my feet, I'm sturdy, my thighs are working. Breathing in, I push through my feet, and I come back. We're doing one more like that. Now another tip is to invite the shins forward. You don't actually have to move anything, they will move slightly forward if you think about it. Okay, it changes the dynamic of the posture. Breathing in here, arms come up. Invite those shins forward, notice what it does to the inner thighs. Breathing out, soften the knees. Soften, like you're going to sit on a chair. Lengthen through your back like you are really reaching to pull something off the wall. Push through those feet, breathe. Don't stop breathing. Now breathe in here, press the feet, and come up. And shake it out. You're working hard. The next three, we're coming to the floor. But pressing the feet into the floor. Hip distance. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, soften knees, soften hip flexors, come halfway. And you're pushing the bum back and the arms forward. You're not just hanging down. Push them forward. Breathe in here. Now you're coming to the floor. If you can, drop the head. You're still with your belly, your chest on the knees. Take a couple of breaths. See if you can get closer to the floor. As you breathe in, you lengthen. As you breathe out, pull the belly in. Now we're coming up, so you're going to breathe in. Arms forward, press into your feet and up. And down. Take a moment here. Notice how you feel. Breathe in, up you come. Breathe out, melt the knees and melt the hip flexors, come forward and just pause. Coming halfway is your out breath. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out all the way down. Keep the belly on the knees. Keep the knees quite bent. You can just let the arms hang. Keep the belly on the knees. Breathe in, arms come up, press through the feet and down. Shake out the legs, we're going to do one more. I know it's hard work. Well, I'm finding it hard, you might not. You might think this is easy, mate. If it's easy, you're really not working slowly enough and mindfully enough. Okay. One last time like that. Breathing in, lengthen, long as you can be. Breathing out, soften, 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 soften. Really long, you're more or less sitting on a chair. And then you can come out. See if you can really get your chest, your belly on your knees. Take a couple of breaths, let the head hang down as much as possible. And then breathe in. Use the feet and the thighs. Come on, don't just use your back. And notice when you use the feet and the thighs that the back has an easy time. Back doesn't crank itself and, hurt itself. Shake the legs off. If you haven't got them, don't sweat it, it's fine. If you do get blocks, get them from TK Maxx. Cheap as chips. I think it's a £5 for 2. Okay, really cheap. So we're going to use the blocks to just set ourselves up. I'm going to, and if you haven't got a block, don't worry about it. Okay, you can get them and practice, use this recording and practice at another time. I'm going to actually put the one brick flat on its lower level and another brick at its taller level. This is just for alignment. This is what helps us align and make sure the spine gets the best fighting chance, okay? I'm bringing my right foot, okay, my right foot along, and it could be a book because it's only for alignment. I'm bringing my right foot against the inside of the brick on the right of my foot. I'm bringing my left foot back, turning it in slightly. Okay, so this is for like Trikonasana, okay? So my back left foot is pointing slightly in, but my hips are open, they're not closed at the moment, okay? So we're going to think of the position of the feet, okay, in alignment, and almost pressing the outside edges of the feet into the block that I've got on my side or onto the mat on the other side, okay? I'm opening out, okay, I'm opening out, and if you look at my arms, lovely, really nice there. Breathe in here, and you're just going to come forward with the right arm, okay, just come forward with it. The left hip will lift a little bit, but I don't want it to kind of go like this, okay? I want it to be, and then the right hip drops. So it just lifts a little bit. And forward, and forward, and forward. And then come down to the block that you have. If you don't have a block, it's fine. Just come to as far as you can. I want you to bring your left hand behind you. So your elbow is up and your left hand is tucked into your leggings or whatever you got. So you're opening your chest. So what happens a lot is that people come down here. So now open the chest. It doesn't matter how far you come down. The chest being open is one of the most important things. And you can look up to the left, press the feet into the floor, lengthen through the toes. Lengthen the toes, don't grip. Okay. So once you're down here, if you feel that you are open enough, you can lift up your left arm. Okay, so you might want to look down. You might feel that's nice for you, looking down. Lengthen even more through the arms. So my arms are over each other, okay? One's not in front of the other, they're over each other. Looking down, that's a in breath. Press through the feet, try and lengthen. Breathing out, I look up. Breathing in, I look down. We're going to do it one more time. Keep your feet lengthening. Notice what it's doing to your spine. If you don't like to twist the neck, don't do it. Looking up. Now I'm going to bend my front knee and I'm going to come up. I'm going to face forward and shake it out. Okay, shake it out. I'm not always too particular about perfect alignment. I'm not really worried about form. I'm more worried about functionality, particularly as we're working on the spine, and it's an energetic process as well. It's not just the anatomy. But I find that if I'm not in the room with you, I can't see sometimes if things are in the right position. And as we're looking at working on the spine, I think it's worth just taking a bit of time for alignment. So I'm going the other side. And this can easily be a cookery book, okay, for whatever you've got going on. It's only a straight edge that you need. So my left foot is going against the left brick. My right foot is coming behind, and I'm pointing it in slightly, only slightly. You don't want it to come in so much it twists your knee, okay? Lengthen those toes, like your toes are growing, okay? Open out. Open out. Now as you open out, soften the shoulders, don't hunch, yes, that's better. Now see if you can lengthen through those fingertips even more, even more, even more. So you're touching one wall with one finger, one wall with, yes, that looks totally different with you now. Breathe in here. Maybe the right hip comes up a little bit because you're leaning to the left. And breathing out, you come down to the left brick. Or your shin if you haven't got a brick. Open out the right shoulder. Open it right out. I would say even to the fact where you put your right hand behind you and tuck it into your leggings. Yes, you've got no choice but to open it out. Keep those feet long. Beautiful. Keep the feet long, like they used to be 5 and now they're 10, okay? That's going to keep you steady. Use the inner thighs. Now, if you feel you're in alignment and you feel safe, open out the right arm. Open it up. Really stretch it up, 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 up. Breathe in. Breathe out, look down. Lengthen through those toes. Lengthen through those toes. Breathe in, you can look up. Now don't wobble. See if you can lengthen the feet. Think of your spine strong. Feet are strong. Breathe out, look down. One last time to look up. We need to work that neck. We need to get it strong, but do it slowly. Breathing in, look up. And breathing out, look down. Bend the left knee and come up. Wonderful. Good, good. Looks blooming marvellous. Okay, so this time, again, use your bricks if you got them. If you haven't, it's fine. I'm going to bring them either side, like this, of my right foot. And I'm doing this because it also helps us to lengthen the spine without coming to the floor. So it could be 2 cushions, it could be 2 cookery books or whatever. Let me just... Yeah, that's good. That's good, good, good. So I'm bringing my right foot in between the bricks. Okay, my left foot's behind. And my left foot is turning slightly in, and my hips this time are forward. They're forward. Now a good trick to get the hips forward when you're on the right foot lead is to bring the left hand behind you, and then, you know, try and straighten your lower back against that left forearm. So you know then your hips are like headlights, they're pointing forward. Okay, because I'm using these bricks, okay, I'm putting them slightly forward of my foot. Okay, I'm putting them slightly forward of my foot. They're not here, they are here. So I'm going to breathe in and really lengthen, lifting my ribs. And then I'm going to lengthen my feet and come forward. Like we did when we were on the wall. Think about coming forward. Now I've got a bit of a bump in my thoracic spine, okay? So I like to try and lengthen even more. And then put my hands on the brick. Sorry. Look forward, chin up. See if you can really lengthen. Then down. Now, maybe the hands can come on a lower setting, or maybe you don't need them, your hands can come to the floor. Okay? Right hip is pulling back. Left hip is pointing forward, slightly coming forward. Breathing in here, and breathing out, coming down. Now, to get up, you need to be strong. Press into the foot. Press into the front foot, and up you come. Okay? So press into the foot. Foot will give you the strength to come up. Good. And shake it out. You're looking really good. It's very nice work. There, we'll all be 6 foot. I'm only 5'2". I'm expecting to be 5'5" at the end of this, okay? And we do the other side. We do the other side. So my left foot is coming between the bricks, just for me to line myself up. My right foot is coming back. Move a little bit more central. And again, this time I'm using my right arm behind to see if my lower back, you know, if it's not tilting to one side or the other, and my hips are headlights, okay? Now think of the feet being long. The more you think of them being long, the more steady your foundation will be. Pressing into the 4 corners, okay, and you've got 3 arches. Pressing into the outside edges of the feet, the heel, not just onto one part of the foot. I noticed the other day, my daughter walking on the inside of her foot. I don't know where the hell that's come from. But she told me to, you know, get off her case, so what can I do? So I'm bringing my blocks a bit forward, so I have something to reach for. I'm breathing in. I am lengthening. And then I'm breathing out. I maintain my connection with the floor. And I'm really lengthening, like I'm reaching for that wall. I'm reaching for the wall until I come to my bricks and I can look up. I can look up. I don't want to make a hump in my back, but I can look up or I can look down. And I'm breathing all the time, slowly in and out. And as I breathe out, I'm really seeing if I can contract my belly. I'm going to get rid of my bricks now, okay, because I feel happy on the floor. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out. See if you can press that foot into the floor. Don't lock the knee. And you're going to stretch your hamstrings nicely here. Left hip pulls back, right hip points forward. Couple of breaths here, breathe in, look forward, breathe out, suck it up, suck it up. Now you can bend the front knee if it's easier for you, okay? So you can bend the front knee, press into that foot, and come all the way up. Beautiful, lovely, shake out the legs. Nice work, nice work. Good. So, we are going to just do a couple of chair poses. I know you've done a lot with the legs, but I just want to give the legs a little bit more work before we come down. So shake out the legs a bit. Just make sure you don't feel too much tension in the foot, the knee. I'm just going to do a couple of chair poses, okay? So you've been warming up the butt and the knees and the thighs, so let's just do a couple. Feeling nice and strong on your feet, nice and long in the side body, okay? Right hand, somebody's got their mic on if they want to switch it off quick. I think it's open, it doesn't matter, we're nearly finished, but it might affect the recording. So right hand on the right hip, okay, press the feet down, left hand comes up, breathe in here, breathe out, come over to the right side. Now really press those feet into the floor equally, then lift the right arm, lengthen, breathe in to come up and down. Okay, I know that's tough. Use the breath to help you. Use the breath, will really help you. Left hand on left hip. Feet equidistance. Lovely. Breathing in. Lengthen through the right. Now breathing out. Feet pressing down. The same weight on each foot. Don't take it in one foot more than the other. Right over. Lengthen now the left arm. Come on. Breathing in to lengthen, breathing out. Side body work, we hardly ever do it in everyday life. Come on, we need it. Breathe in and up. Wonderful. Shake out the legs. Notice the space that you create for your lovely lungs. Chair pose. I know it's people's most hated pose. The knees do come forward here, okay? They do come forward. Shins come forward, knees come forward. Breathe in here, arms up. Breathe out, soften the knees. Look up. So your butt is coming down. Come on, get the butt down more. You're looking up. Or you can look ahead if the neck doesn't like it. And breathe in, and up you come. We're just doing two more, okay? I know it's hard work, but you don't get anything without hard work in this life. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, soften the knees, soften them, all the way down like you're sitting on the chair. Then look up, reach for the sky. Breathe in, press through the feet, and open. Last one, give it all you got. Last one, see if you can sit on an imaginary chair. Okay, not a high stool, a chair. Breathe in here. Breathe out, soften those knees, soften the hip flexors, stick the butt back, sit on an imaginary chair. Come on, the chairs are lower than that. Arms up, breathe, and push into the floor and up. Well done. Well done. Shake everything out, shake your arms, shake your legs, just shake it all out, shake. Now, we're going to take a few moments to do something with our eyes closed. This will give you focus on how the body feels. It will also give you an understanding of what your level of awareness is of where your body is in time and space. Okay? Proprioception, where your body is in time and space. You'll be surprised. We all think it's something different to what it actually is. So close, I'm going to stand up nice and tall, close your eyes. No, watch me first because you can't see what I'm going to do. So watch me first. I am going to, with my eyes closed, okay, we all do it like that. We're going to breathe in and lift our arm up, okay, just above our heads. And then we're going to breathe out and bring it to the right with the palm facing down. Then we're going to breathe in, turn the palm up and bring it back up. And we're going to breathe out and bring it back down. So watch one more time. We're breathing in, out, Very simple, and I will still cue you, but I want you to try and do it with your eyes closed. And that will give you a sense of calmness actually, and real concentration. Will really calm us down, ready for our nice relaxation. So nice and tall, breathe in. Nice and tall, arms down by your sides, close your eyes and just get used to, let's just get used to standing with our eyes closed so that nobody wobbles and falls over. Now you'll notice when you're standing with your eyes closed, even though you're elongating your legs and you're pressing into the earth, that gravity is always challenging you. You're not actually standing still at all, you're moving. You're swaying slightly. It might be very subtle, it might be imperceptible, but it's there. So just getting used to that you are safe in your own space, you're pressing your feet to the floor. We're going to do these actions now, just to challenge our coordination and our brain, okay? Our sense of where we are in time and space. So breathe in, right arm comes up, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right arm out to the right side, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and pause. Without looking, feel as though your arm is in line with your shoulder, your palm is facing down, and you are lengthening through the arm. Notice the difference of how the arm feels when your eyes are closed. Breathe in, turn the palm up and up towards your head again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and pause. Continue to breathe. Notice how the arm feels when it's in the vertical upright position. How does it make you feel? How is the spine feeling? How vulnerable do you feel, or how safe do you feel? And breathing out, palm down, and the arm comes down in front of you. All the way down, all the way down. How the air feels different, how everything is changed with the senses. And down alongside your body. And just notice if there's a difference between right and left. What do you sense in the right hand, the right arm? Is there an aliveness there? Was it a bit confusing? Left side, eyes are still closed. Press the feet down so you're robust. Breathing in, lifting the left arm upright in front of you. All the way up to where you think it's aligned with your shoulder and the arms alongside the ear and the fingers are pointing up. You can pause there for a moment just to really stretch up in what you think is a straight arm upwards. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Come out to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just notice if you feel the arm is long and straight and in alignment with the shoulder. Just notice how long it feels. Notice if it's heavier. Notice if you are more aware of where it is. Are you compensating? Are you twisting? Breathe in here. Turn the palm upwards. Breathe in and lift the arm up again. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice the muscles moving. Notice the work they're doing when you're really conscious of it. And breathing out, the arm comes forward, palm is down, and coming all the way down alongside your body. Yeah, relax the feet a bit, open the feet a bit more, open the arms, close your eyes, and just notice. Just doing that simple thing brings us really the mind and body into alignment, makes us focus more clearly on what we're doing, changes the experience of the sensation. In my opinion, that's what it did for me. Maybe different for you. Things felt more alive, things felt heavier, things felt as though they were working more. Just a little insight into what happens when we take a sense away. How do we cope? How do we manage? And open up your eyes. And again, shake off your body, shake off your feet, shake off your hands, shake off any residual tension. And I'm going to ask you to come to the floor. How you get there is up to you. I'm going to give you a really nice guided meditation on sensory withdrawal. Not the withdrawal of the senses per se, but sensory withdrawal. So set yourself up to feel warm. So you can lie down. Lie down, make sure you have a blanket, or if you're warm enough in your room, you've got heating on, that's fine. Just making sure that you are warm enough, that there are no distractions, that you are able to settle down, quieten down. So, closing your eyes, allowing the body to settle. It's always advisable to have the head to the north, so if you haven't got it this time, make a little mental note for yourself in the future that you will sit for relaxation and meditation and Shavasana with the head to the north. Allow the body to settle, feeling how long the spine is. Noticing where the body is in contact with the floor. Noticing the softness of the flesh spreading. Maybe the subtle energies, the Ida, the Pingala nadis, the way the energy comes in and out of the body. Notice if you have any sensations around that, where you feel an aliveness in one part of the body. Maybe something pleasant, maybe something not so pleasant. Allowing the eyes to gently, gently sink back into your skull with no resistance. Allowing the jaw to be loose, the lips to be slightly parted, the tongue to be free of the palates if possible. The skin on the skull to feel as though it's slippery and silky, no tightness, no tension around the temples. Heart rate dropping, blood pressure dropping now. Breath normalizing. Maybe the breath is even more shallow. Yet it moves freely, no restrictions, no blockages, no boundaries, flowing in and out of the nostrils with ease. You noticing where the breath hits you first. I want you to notice any sounds. I want you to actually focus on any sound that is close to you. Might be the sound of my voice, of course, your breath, maybe gurglings in the body, maybe the heartbeat. Just in the room you are practicing the sounds that are quite audible and close to you. Might be the sound of people in the house, the TV, the creaking in the house, the settling of the house as night draws on. People talking, laughing, dogs, outside noises, animals, maybe owls. What can you hear in your own environment? No need to make a story up about it, just noticing in the moment what you hear. Now see if you can take your hearing even further, beyond your own environment, beyond the house, maybe beyond directly outside the house. What can we truly hear? In your own village, in your own area. Or maybe the place you love most, what can you normally hear? Maybe it's a forest, maybe it's mountains or lakesides, maybe it's the city or the sea. In your happiest place, what can you hear? Is it the voices of loved ones, of children, of animals, of friends, past and present? Extend your hearing. Go beyond. What can we hear in our own country? Maybe the things we hear are not always audible. What are the messages and nuances that we hear in our everyday life? What goes beyond our immediate environment? Maybe it's white noise, maybe it's too much, maybe it's too confusing. Seeking out what we hear in our everyday lives that brings us into a state of joy and peace and tranquility. Might be music, might be a waterfall, might be the ocean, might be the breeze. The things that surround us every day that we really don't pay much attention to. Pay attention to them now. Go beyond our own country, go across to the continent. What can we hear? What can we hear throughout the globe? Maybe we can even go beyond the globe, beyond the earth, going out into the cosmos. What can we hear? What can we hear with our own intuitive sensory perception? Or do we believe that if we can't hear it, it doesn't exist? Is that true? How often we are told things, or we are asked things, and we listen but we just don't hear. So going beyond your own borders, going beyond your own boundaries to see what you can hear. Then, using your own discernment, your own superhuman power of choice, let go of what doesn't serve you in terms of what you hear. Do you need to hear everything? Do you need to know everything? Do you need to cling on and hold on to everything, or are there things that you can let go? Namaste and walk away. So bringing the hearing sensation back now, coming back from the cosmos, looking at the earth, hearing what she's got to say. Coming back into earth, back into our own continent, back into our own country, back into our own village, back into our own home, and back into our own room and our practice space on the mat. Bringing our focus back into what we can hear closest to us. And then with the power of choice, the power of discernment, letting it go. Letting it fade away. Letting it blur into the distance. So all that is left is you. Just you in your oneness, in your space. Everything you need is inside you. So just letting the practice soften, letting the practice fade as I give you a few minutes of relaxation in your own time. Now gently, kindly, with no rush, with no impetus for much activity. We are in the evening, we are preparing the body and the mind for rest. Gently stretching the body, stretching the spine. Maybe rotating the wrists and the ankles, but doing it with kindness and care. Certainly not rushing, keeping that feeling of stillness in the spine and stillness in the mind. Come onto your right side and just your right side, I want the left side prominent, like a little baby curling up. Just for a few moments. And when you're ready, come and sit with your eyes closed in a nice comfortable position. Doesn't have to be in any particular yogic position. Just come to sit up so we can just close our practice for this evening. So just draw your hands in front of your heart. Just take a moment to register how you feel. Because that's very important. That's your barometer for everything. How does it feel? Not what do you think, or what does he think, or she think, or they think, or what should I do, what shouldn't I do. How you feel. And thank you. Namaste. Namaste.